Hello. How are y'all doing? Feliz Navidad? I don't know how to say it in any other way other than Merry fucking Christmas! So, I'm going to my parents' house. You know, I gotta say, I'm one of the few kids in America that can wear this hat to a family get-together and not get thrown out of it. So, that's cool, huh? You know what's really funny is that Trump has divided a lot of families in America. Not just at the border, but in America. And he's seemed to bring mine together. I'm lucky for that. A lot of people aren't so lucky. Now, of course, a lot of people are whining because they can't accept, you know, that things happen that they don't want. So, of course, because they don't prepare themselves for things happening that they don't want, happeningningningning, I don't know why I said it like that, but it's like people that aren't prepared for unwanted circumstances, those are the people that are screwed over the most. But those of us, you know, that know that, like, the world is a shitty place and people are fucking evil and stupid and malignant, and it's like I feel like we have a much better grip on reality. And I don't like, contrary to what anybody might assume about me, I really don't like to hate on things and people. I would rather not. I would rather people be smarter and not scream at the sky. You know, I would rather people be smarter and not make themselves vulnerable and not turn into victims because they're so convinced that the world is so good. You know, of course mainstream media, like, doesn't cover all of the women that are brutally murdered and raped and stabbed to death and beheaded and, you know, God knows what else, and all these European countries where they've allowed all these immigrants to come flooding on in. That's not racist. That's just being logical, you guys. But it's not racist to want to protect yourself from people that don't have any respect for Western civilization. It's just amusing that a lot of these people that are advocates of no borders, no walls, no borders, no walls, no borders, no walls, no borders, no walls, no borders, no walls. They're all sheep. They're all feminists. So it's funny, like, that they bitch about the patriarchy. They're just so proud of themselves that they know a big word. They just want to show off. They gotta include the word patriarchy, like, every other sentence, you know? But they're the ones that don't have an issue with, you know, with all these things happening. Well, they don't know about it, too. That's another thing. Because the media doesn't cover it. Dude, at this point, and you guys can say whatever you want. Look, I realize that I talk out of my ass, okay? All this stuff that I say, I do my research, but I do a lot of research, so it's all muddled, you know. And I'm just talking out of my ass, you know. This isn't like an informative video where like I, you know, cite my references and all that shit. And a lot of people tell me I should do that, but fuck you. I'm gonna do what I want. And what I want does not involve all that shit. Because there are so many people on YouTube already that do videos like that. Why add to that? It's like what makes my videos so authentic is the fact that they're just, you know, what you see is what you get. Not a lot of people know how to do that. They know how to just like shoot a video and just talk out of their ass, you know? Well, I do it all the time. Let me ask you something, maybe. What is the point of having a cup that has a fucking handle on it if you don't even use the handle? I don't know. It just looks nice. Oh God. Yes, so I'm going into Steak and Shake later today. Probably not gonna wear this hat. Though I discovered that the dude that hired me is a conservative. And you know what's funny is we were talking about that, and because we were talking about like the federal budget and how we haven't had a federal budget since like Bush was in office. And we were just talking about like the media's tendency to just blame what's his face for everything, right? It's just lazy. It's lazy journalism. But he said, he's like, you know, I'm a conservative because that's just common sense. And like, I'm realizing that, like, yeah, common sense. That's all it is. But people, they think that common sense means that you don't care about minorities, or you don't care about people seeking asylum, or you don't care about people in poverty. That's not true. You're just looking at the bigger picture. That's all it is. But most people, they don't want to look at the bigger picture. They just want to look at whatever's convenient for them to look at, so they don't have to look at anything else. And that's just the truth, man. That's the truth about so many people. I mean, I have to watch out for that shit. Oh, shit. Speaking of watching out, I almost hit this Dodge. I'm pretty sure that Dane Cook had a much better joke. No, but this joke was in the moment, so you can't really judge it. Anyway. I forgot what I was doing. You're driving to your parents' house. Okay. That's what I'm doing. But yeah, man, I'm gonna try not to, like, read the comments. I mean, I do read the comments, and it's good. It's good to be back. It's good to, like, do YouTube. I'm just, like, narcissistic, and I feel like my narcissism is what keeps me from, like, putting myself out there to the extent that I really should. You know, just for, like, the same reason why, like, you know, if I have like a really good comedy set, it's almost like I don't want to go because I don't want to ruin it, you know? I just want it to stay perfect in my head. And cause you know, a joke, like, to me, like, nothing in my creative realm has very much shelf life. Like, I was talking to another artist friend of mine about it. He told me that, you know, he can't even Shout out to Brett Brock. You should check him out. He's really, really talented. Like, insanely talented, this dude. And he's funny, too. Which you don't get that much these days. But it's because he's in the middle. People in the middle are going to be way funnier than people that have, like, chosen a side. No matter what you might think, I haven't, like, picked a side. I just have values, y'all. And people that don't have values don't understand the concept of not picking a side and going along with, you know, this person or that party or, you know, whatever. It's just like, no, I'm gonna go along with, like, what I think is right. Anyway, Brett. Not Brett Kavanaugh. My friend Brett Brock. I don't even know why I brought him up. Art. Okay, yeah, he's a really, really talented dude, and he told me that, you know, his stuff only has like a week of shelf life. And like he knows that, like, you know, my comedy is totally art. Booyah. But it's 1,000 times more artistic than like what a lot of other people do. And I'm not saying that to like put myself up on this pedestal, because I mean, any kind of comedy is art. But like, you can tell people that are more creative about it than others, and I'm, you know, one of those people, I suppose. But you know, he draws and shit. He's an illustrator. And he like works with comedians, like he draws comedians. He mainly works with Stan Ho. But his stuff is like so fucking good. And it's like, if you look at it, you're just like, how the fuck could you ever think that this is bad? But I can understand, because like, even my best jokes, it's just like, man, this was a good joke, but I don't want to do it because I already did it. And it's so weird to me that like Jerry Seinfeld recycled all of his jokes like for years. And I'm not saying that he's not a talented dude, but like when it comes to like taking risks and all that, I don't think he was very good at that shit. I think he was good at doing one thing, and he specialized in that one thing. Good for him. I get bored with that shit. I don't get bored with his shit. I would get bored if that were the way that I operated. Don't put your turn signal on. There's nobody behind you. You don't need to worry. Nobody's gonna get mad at you. It'll be fine. But yeah, it's like, first of all, I'm way too creative. I have way too many ideas to just settle with one thing, or two or three or four or five things. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand like why people do the same jokes. It's like, I hardly ever do comedy, y'all. But when I go and do comedy, it's like I'll see the same people that go like week after week, and they're just doing the same shit. It's like, do they tell themselves that they have to do it? Do they tell themselves that if they don't do comedy, they're like a shell of themselves or some shit? And I know that sounds really judgmental. Like, who the fuck are you, crazy bitch? Like, you're not even leaving the house. You're not even leaving the house to like go do the stuff that you know you're supposed to do. Who's the lazy counting out, bitch? Who's the fucking useless, insignificant piece of garbage? See, I told you guys, it's watch all the time. But really, I justify why I don't leave the house, because I'm not gonna be one of those people that just recycles the same crap. And like, if it's not good, if it's not like really, really good, I don't want to do it. I'm not gonna like waste people's time. I'm not gonna waste my own time. It's 45 minutes out of my way, driving all the way out to Nashville, just so people can get pissed off at my set. It's not, it's not really worth it. But, anyway, I'm lucky that I have the Lord. I mean, I think a lot of comedians, they don't have God because they think it's way cooler to not believe in God. I mean, I'm not saying that you, like, should or you shouldn't or whatever, because honestly, like, there's no point in believing in God if you don't believe in God. And, you might not understand that, Vortex, but, you know, don't force it. That's what I'm saying. Don't force it. Just like, you know, parents that make their kids go to church. I don't know why they do that. I mean, I get that, like, oh, you're trying to instill in your children, like, some sense of, you know, responsibility, and I feel like that's easier for people to grasp if they think that something's watching them. And then, of course, like, the liberals argue, like, well, you don't need God. If you need God to, you know, prove that you have morality, then you obviously don't have morality. You voted for Hillary. Shut the fuck up. Damn it, you said you weren't going to say her name. Ah! I'm just going to kill myself today, you guys. Christmas will be my last day on Earth. All because I said what's-her-face's name. Anyway. Dude, there are people, like, out riding bikes and shit. So I guess it's not cold outside if people are doing that. Welcome to Tennessee. I gotta say, I mean, I love cold weather anyway, but it's way cooler, quite literally. It's way cooler, you know, if you have, like, cold weather when it's supposed to be cold. Not to be a stickler or anything, but, like, it's cooler to have seasons. Like, I grew up in Illinois, and there were definite seasons in Illinois. Holy shit, why are there so many people parked in front of my parents' house? Why are there so many people? Fuck this. Anyway. Maybe you should wear the MAGA hat. Oh, maybe I shouldn't. Piss everybody off. Well, I wore the MAGA hat to illustrate a point. Thanks to Donald Trump, every day's Christmas. Here in America, we're really lucky, you guys. We're really, really lucky. And even if we've had some unfortunate circumstances in our lives, I mean, I have. Not as badly as a lot of people, though. I think it's good to remember that we have a lot to be grateful for, and we should stop whining. I judge people all day, you guys. I really do. The only difference with me, I love it when people say they don't judge people. They obviously judge people, or they wouldn't feel the need to say that, right? Well, people would treat me differently because they think I'm judgmental. I don't treat anybody differently based on whatever I think. That's the difference. Is that even if I think that you're a rapist, I'm not going to treat you like you're a rapist because I don't know that you're a rapist. Please don't prove to me that you are. I'd really like to be proven wrong. That's the thing, like, I don't ever want to assume that I'm right about anything because my assumptions are always terrible, but they're usually pretty spot on. So people want to judge me because I'm wearing this hat, but they don't want to, like, watch my videos so they can be like, wow, she really is uninformed and stupid and ignorant and she shouldn't be talking about all this shit. Anybody can talk about whatever the fuck they want. That's why I just, it's like, why should I care about that? Everybody just makes some stupid ass statement on the internet, like they put it on a social media site so everybody can see how stupid they are, and it's like they have no awareness of it. So, I mean, that's a huge part of, like, why I'm just like, fuck it. You know, you might as well do this, because everybody else has no shame whatsoever. And just making these really bold statements on shitter, Insta spam, fake book, centrist. I don't really think they make much statements on centrist, but you know. I'm sure there's got to be like some sort of like page like for that, like, I don't know, other Republicans, the fucking Trump supporters, they have like a fucking, there's a swastika or some shit because people are mad because they think that anybody that supports this president's a Nazi. I mean, that's the thing, like that's a stupid assumption to make, you guys. And it doesn't, it's not like really saving you, like, to make these assumptions. Like, anytime I make an assumption about somebody, it's to save myself, so that, you know, I do save myself because I don't expect more out of people. I don't expect people to not disappoint me, you know. So because I don't expect that, well, there are special cases, of course, that I've mentioned, but for the most part, unless you're one of my favorite punk bands, it's like, I don't expect much out of you. But I'm stupid for that. I'm stupid for expecting anything out of anybody, really. But I'm gonna go. So I wouldn't wear that hat. I would just put it in the bag, see what happens. Because you never know. You don't know who's at the house. There could be like a diehard what's-her-face supporter, and why the fuck would my parents have somebody like that over? It doesn't make no sense. You never know. You never fucking know. I'm just saying. You have another hat. You have an actual Christmas hat. Yeah, you know how stupidly offensive this hat is? Ho, ho, ho. Whatever the fuck. I'll see you guys. I'll see y'all later. I'll probably shoot another video. Probably. Yeah.